I recently wrote an article for Inc. magazine on the power of detachment and how we can overcome the illusion of control in business and life. And the article was very popular. So I thought I'll share this concept with you here too, hoping that you will take something away from it and then it will empower you in your life and in your business. The illusion of control was first introduced as a concept in the 1970s by psychologists. And it's basically a psychological phenomenon where we overestimate our ability to control certain outcomes that are outside of our control. And when we do that, we often get into this spiral of negative. We try to control a certain outcome. This can be in business, whether it's the economic situation, or maybe a business deal didn't work out, or a team member left. Whatever it is, we get so attached to this certain outcome that we don't want or that we want, and we go down a spiral of whether that is frustration or anger or anxiety. Insert any emotion that is not conducive for us to do our best work. And when we have this awareness of this illusion of control, it helps us to realize that, to go, okay, so this thing happened, now what can I do about it? Maybe I can't do anything about it. And I had this, I'll give you 3 questions in a minute. I wanted to share with you quickly an experience that I had when I was, and I talk about this a lot in my keynotes on the Courage Map. I was riding along the Silk Road on my motorcycle, and one of my biggest dreams has always been to ride through Iran. And I got everything approved. I got my visa approved finally. It took months to get this done. I also got my carte de passage for my motorcycle. So after weeks of being on the road from Switzerland all the way to Iran, I got to the border and I got denied entry due to a mishap with my number plate. I'll share more about that in a different video. And I was sitting there at the border after getting denied entry, and I was crushed. I was so attached to this outcome. I was not practicing detachment. I was so attached to this outcome to want to go through Iran on my motorcycle that I was upset, annoyed, frustrated, sad, disappointed for like 3 days. So for 3 days, riding back through Armenia, back into Georgia and taking a different route, I wasn't even enjoying myself, which is, well, now looking back and even in the moment, quite silly because it's such a beautiful scenery. And so if we can be aware more of what's happening mentally, psychologically, we can recognize this illusion of control. We can let go of control where we don't have control. And it's really a simple mindset shift that can completely change the way we respond to certain situations. And I'm just looking at my notes here because I wanted to give you 3 questions here. So when you feel like you're trapped in this illusion, whether it's due to an important business deal that is falling through, or as I said, maybe a team member left, or maybe a product launch is not going the way that you wanted to, there are really 3 questions you can use to move forward gracefully. And they're very simple. The first one is, can I control this situation or this circumstance or this event, whatever is happening right now? Can I control this? If it's a yes, great, what can I do about it? When I was sitting at the border of Iran, can I control this situation? No, I can't. I can't convince the officials to let me in. So 3rd question then is, if no, how might I get on with it? And how can I focus on something that I can control? So how can I get on with it, and how can I focus on something that I can control? I'd like to share a business example with you. So a few years ago, one of my best team members left after 10 years of being in my business with me, and she is an amazing human, an amazing team member, and she moved away to a different village and wanted to be with the team again. Now, if I think about the questions, can I control the situation, event, or circumstance? Maybe. So the answer to that was maybe. I can either throw more money at the problem, or I could have maybe made her role so amazing that leaving is not an option. But I failed to do that. Throwing money at the thing, I didn't fail to do that, but I failed to do the second bit, maybe. So now that she's made a decision, can I do something about this? When she was already certain that she wanted to move on? No. How can I move on? How can I focus on something that I can control? instead. And I remember even, when that happened back then, and this happens all the time, you feel disappointed or frustrated, and it happens with anything in business and life. So just having this awareness, can I control the situation? Yes or no? If yes, okay, what can I do about it? Rather than just whine about it. Or two, if I can't, then how can I move on and focus on something I can control? I hope this is super helpful. So just hopefully having this awareness of the illusion of control, and that it is a concept that you also can be aware of, can hopefully help you to shift your mindset and have a more amazing experience all around. I hope this is helpful.